Today, I want to introduce to you my brand new book, I Am Money, Assume a New Story and Enjoy More Money, because that is what you will do when you claim yourself as the I am of money and start to direct it more consciously. That is what we are talking about today, so stick around. This channel and my life pretty much is dedicated to simplifying the amazing law of assumption teachings and making them as practical as possible so that you can apply them to your reality right now and see results fast. If you would like support with rewriting, re-scripting, re-envisioning any part of your reality, I am available for one-to-one law of assumption coaching. You'll find those details in the box below. I also have a free 21-day self-concept course. And I now have a brand new book, I Am Money, available as well. You'll find all of those details in the box below this video or at my website, youaretheone.com.au. But for now, let's get into it. Drum roll, it is finally here. I Am Money, Assume a New Story and Enjoy More Money. This is my first book I've written since 2017, 2018, I don't know, a while, a number of years. I wrote this for myself because I knew that if I'm writing a book, I am 100% reconditioning myself as I'm writing, and I learned so much through this writing of this book, and I can absolutely say that through the writing of the book and the editing, money flowed into my account in new ways, in more ways that just confirmed that what I was writing was correct. And I have never enjoyed the editing process in any of my books. I've written my books and then I've gone, oh no, now the hard work starts because now you've got to edit it for publication. And it's quite a lengthy process. And I've never really enjoyed that process until now, because as I was editing, every single time I sat down to edit this book, money would show up in my account within 24 hours, often faster than that. And it was in the form of new coaching clients, it was in the form of refunds, it was in the form of book royalties, which I haven't had in ages from my past books, dividends I received. It just felt like more money was coming into my reality because what I was writing was a reminder of what I have forgotten. And that's the other point I want to make before we get into what the book is about. This self-help personal development industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it is founded on the assumption that you don't know this stuff and you need this course or this book or this person or this teacher or this whatever in order to know what you don't know. So it is founded on making you feel less than, making you feel inferior, making you feel fearful and anxious so that you will buy this product. That is not the case here, and I do not want you purchasing this book from that assumption, because then you're not going to get the value from it. You are the infinite I am of your reality. You are the infinite intelligence of your reality. This book is simply a reminder of what you may have forgotten, but you inherently know this stuff. I am money. You know that you are the director of money, and you've just forgotten that in this beautiful, amazing, enticing, tantalizing, consuming dream where we all come into it with amnesia. That's the death of God within us as we're born into the form of man. We forget. This awakening is the remembering of who we are and what this reality is, including money. You know this stuff. You know all of this stuff. And by watching these videos and reading the book and doing whatever, you are reminding yourself of what you already know. Now, by reading this book from that perspective, you are going to receive the value from it because you're already holding the assumption that I know this and this is natural for me, and so I'm naturally going to be able to understand the book, make sense of it, and put it into action, which is the whole point of all of this stuff. So as I said, I wrote this book for me because I had forgotten who I am, and I had forgotten what money was and my relationship to it. I had fallen into the trap, like most of us, that money is outside of us, it's happening to me or it's coming to me, and I have to do things outside of myself in order to get more of it. So the whole focus of money is external, meaning money's out there and I'm also out there doing things to get that thing out there to come to me. That is only going to create more of the same, and you will have experienced that yourself because we all come into this game with amnesia. So what this does, what law of assumption does, and what I've hopefully done in my book, is remind you of, first of all, who you are. So you are the infinite I am of your reality, conditioning your reality into existence through the stories and assumptions and thoughts and feelings that you're having about it. Money is neutral, meaning Money is the same for every single person on this planet. $1, whatever currency that you're in, is the same value for every single person. So for me here in Australia, we operate in dollars. So $1 here is the same value for every single, I don't know what our population is, but let's just say, what is our population? Now I really want to know. 26 million. So $1 is the same for 26 million people. In the US, it'll be a lot more than that. Now I want to know what the US population is. 335 million. So $1 is the same for 335 million people in the US. So whatever currency you're in, your money is exactly the same for every single person in your country. And yet, every single one of those people will have a completely different experience of money. It doesn't matter how much money you come into, how much money your family has, how much money your ancestors have, how much money you have right now. The moment you claim yourself as the I am of money is the moment you change the story, and it's the moment you start changing the way money behaves in your reality. Money is neutral. As I said, it's the same for everybody in whatever currency you're in. For money to behave, it requires an observer. You are the observer of money. The observer is I am. So however you are using your I amness with money is how money must behave. Money must conform to the instructions the observer is making of it. So if you have inherited negative assumptions of not having enough money and having to work hard for money, and those are the stories that are still running in your life, money must conform and behave according to the stories and the instructions that you are making of it or giving to it. And money cannot do anything different until you do something different within yourself. The change is not out there. You do not make the change with money out there. In fact, the irony is, if you are seeing a problem out there with money, to change that situation, you have to go in the opposite direction to that situation. Now, the natural instinct is to move toward the problem. If you've got a problem out there, you want to go out there and solve the problem and change things in reality. But that is not where you go. That's like going to the dream and trying to change the dream. You can do that, but it won't give you the results because you're not actually adjusting the cause of the problem. You're not actually going to the cause of the problem and changing it there. You have to go in the opposite direction to the problem. And the opposite direction is within. If it's out there, you go in. If it's external, you go internal. Wherever the problem is, go in the opposite direction. So if you are having experiences with money that are unfavorable, that are low quality, that are not to your liking, and that are not of your conscious choosing, you must go in the opposite direction to money. Money is an internal game. And the game is based on how you are claiming yourself as the director of it. You are the director of money. You're the observer of money. Money must conform to the instructions you are giving it as the observer, as the I am. Whatever you are saying about money on a dominant level is how money must behave in your reality. If you want money to start behaving differently, you have to start behaving differently, and you start behaving differently by telling different stories and holding different thoughts and feeling different feelings and imagining different imaginings, envisioning new visions for yourself. Money began in imagination. Somebody had to imagine the concept of money for money to come into form. Anything that is in reality, anything that is in this physical world contains the qualities of the substance that created it. So what this book does, it reminds you of, first of all, who you are. You are the infinite I am. And then it reminds you about what money is. And then it reminds you about how to consciously instruct money to behave in your reality according to these very basic principles of law of assumption. They are basic, but they are profound, and they are incredibly powerful. When you have been telling a story about money for a while and you start to tell a new story, there is a time delay, or there is a gestation period between the telling of the new story and the reorganization and reflection of reality. You have to give this stuff time. The great thing is when you start telling this new story about money, you'll feel better. It'll feel great. You'll just know, because you already know, that reality will reflect back your change in consciousness around money. It has to, because reality is the reflection. That's what reality is. But there is a gestation period. There can be a time period. So be patient and be persistent. You must stick with the new story. You can't be wishy-washy about this. You have to decide, this is the new story I'm telling about money, and you have to stick with it. no matter what. It's just such a beautiful reflection because it absolutely will start to reflect back. It takes as long as it takes, but it actually doesn't take that long if you stick with the new story and you're not wishy-washy with it. And that's what I want this book to be, is to help really get you into that conviction that this is the way it is. This is who I am, and this is what money is, and this is how I am now relating to it. This is the relationship I'm now having with money, where I am the director of money. I'm the commander of money. And this is what I'm sticking with. I'm no longer going to play the victim to money, or the victim to the boss, or the victim to the job, or the victim to whatever other way money comes through you. There is so much more I could say about this, but I will leave it here. Give it a go. I hope you enjoy it. I know you'll enjoy it, and it's a reminder of what you already know. So you'll read it and go, oh my God, yeah, of course. I totally knew this. I just forgot. And that's a beautiful feeling. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for your beautiful comments. Please remember, you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you, assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. And this is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you and for me too. I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a wonderful week. Bye.